Y'all said this enough here. Good God, about how you doing, baby? This, yeah, yeah. What this is all right here? Good God, good y'all. Now y'all did it, didn't you? Woo! Yeah. Jesus, oh man. Oh Lord, Jesus. Good y'all. God, how did y'all do it? Hey, listen, let me show you something real quick. Daddy. That's your daddy? Man, y'all he love you, man. Man, y'all did it on this one. How y'all keep this a secret? Somebody else. God, big money, y'all done it. Y'all, all right, y'all, we got to get started.
We used to sing a song a long time ago, nothing but the grace of God. Woo, I tell you, I'm gonna move on with the program, y'all. But I feel a little churchy, but I ain't gonna have no church. I just feel a little bit, but I ain't gonna have no church this evening. But when you think about the things that God has done for you, Lord have mercy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. When you think about, looking at my Uncle Terry, he has been through some things this year. But he said, the word says, I give you the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Some of you have been through some heavy things this year. But God said, I'm going to give you the garment of praise. I know you've been through some things. Sometimes you had to cry and nobody even knew that you were crying. You've been through some things that nobody even knew that you were going through. But God.
To always smile, yeah. It may be hard to believe, but you can smile. You can smile again, yeah. It ain't over until God says it's over, yeah. No. So hold on somehow, yeah. No matter how hard it seems.
God gave me this for you. I forgot what the thing was, but let me tell you what he said. It is God who arms you with strength and keep you secure in his way. Now God is holding you right now. Tiffany got your hand, but God got your heart. Oh, ain't God all right? Come on a Saturday. Oh, let's give God glory before Sunday. Let's bless the name of our God. Oh, Lord have mercy. God is so good. He's been so good to us. Oh my, we give him praise. Hallelujah.
I'm Terry's nephew. I want to tell you a little something about him. From when I was a little kid, growing up, Uncle always was there for me. I mean, he always been there for all of us. And we just wanted to wish you the best birthday,
I'm Coleman Brady. I'm from the country, and it reminded me of my dad. And the reason I got up to say something, you never met me, you never seen me, but the thing is, when I was in the world so bad, I wasn't scared to say anything. The devil had me ready. Yes, sir. So why not speak when God tells you? So I have this to say to you. It's a blessing truly blessed to have someone to have your back so strong. When you fall, you feel it fall. But God said, I got your children here to push you up. Walking high. Yes, sir. Stand up. Those tears of joy, they mean something. And I watch all our youngsters. It's hard to get your kids to do anything. But y'all better stand strong with your parents. That means a lot. And I'm happy to be here to share this moment with you and continue to stay on your side with God. God got great things for you. God bless you. Good job, kid.
Good afternoon. Granddaddy Terry, this specifically for you. In 13 years, I never had a manhood in my life. But ever since I've been a baby, you've been there. And long gone, my grandma Alicia, she was long and gone. But guess what? We still got love for her. And Granddaddy Terry, I want to thank you for all you do for me and my family. And happy birthday.
Terry, I met him a long time ago, and I don't remember not one time that this man being angry or upset or anything, but I had tripped up one time, and he came to me, he said, hey, money, don't act, well, you always call me money, so money, don't act like that, let's sit down and talk about it. Everybody out there couldn't talk to me. I had the only one to come to me and talk to me. I don't know if it was fear or what, but he had never said that out the way to me out of the whole time that I've been knowing him. Greg, I'm Terry. Congratulations. Happy birthday, man.
He keep me on my toes. Keep me strong. Sometimes I want to cry, but guess what? I look at my granddaddy and I'm strong. Happy birthday, Granddad. Love you.
Yeah, me and we always used to have talks about things. And we be, to ourselves. Uncle's a peculiar fellow. You got to know it. He's not into all this other stuff. Material and stuff. That don't mean nothing to him. He'll just tell y'all that ain't nothing but stuff. That's right. He said, ain't, you can't put your trust in stuff. Get out my face. So, that's our own deal, though. You got to know it, though. Everybody every time my shoes and stuff, Uncle had the ugliest shoes on. He said, that stuff don't mean nothing. I mean, he can have the dog shoes. But he's one of a kind. You got to know it, though. I love my uncle. So, happy birthday, y'all.
But I'm going to bring you greetings from my other side of the family, the Hortons. Because they all know my mama and them. They all know. And they love them some Terry McCall. My mama probably would have been here with me, but I just found out this morning, and thank you for reaching out to me. I told my husband I lost a cousin a few days ago on my birthday, and so my mom is with her sister. Her sister lost her son. And so my mom is with the other side of the family. But I had to stand up and tell all of y'all. Because y'all know my family loves all of y'all.
I came to speak for my friend Terry. Me and Terry go a long way back. We used to sing with the spiritual inspiration together. Way back. Amen. I remember we were singing in Montgomery, and Bishop Kennedy said, Terry, and Terry, I can't do it like that. Amen. But those people are looking like on nowhere. But I want to say something about my friend Terry. In 1993, Terry had to go to the Apollo to sing, and it was in August, and I had my quilt, and we were riding on the bus together. Terry said, Eddie, where you going with that quilt? I said, you'll see later on. He didn't understand. Because later on in the night, they turned that air conditioner on. The That'll keep them bus drivers away. And Terry holler, hey, let me get a little bit of that cover. We understood what it was about. But that's my friend. I love him. We go way back. And Lord will always be there for him whenever he needs. All you got to do is call me. And I'll be right there.
For Mr. Terry McCall, for a person that's been in my life for 19 years, since my kid was born baby. When this lady took me under her wing and brought me into their family and made me their daughter cool. And ever since then, I feel like I was a part of their family, and they never turned their back on me or my kids. They always been there for us, and guess what? I'm always there for them, no matter what. I'm a phone call away. When Mr. Terry called, I knew it was something. He feel my presence when I'm down. I never had no one to call me when they know I'm down. Because if I don't call him, he called me. But I just want to say, Mr. Terry, we love you from the bottom of our hearts. We're here. No matter what you go through, I'm here.
Good evening, everybody. One thing about Terry, like everybody saying, Terry, he was a good man, you know. He man, took care of his family, raised his family, you know. If he seen you doing something, you know, being doing, if you're regular, I know it's his time, it's his day. But one thing about Terry, I used to walk around there, back to folks. Man, where you going? Nah. Man, I'm trying to get somewhere, man. Man, leave. What you call it? Dino call? Leave it alone. Oh, you, man, I throw dirt on there. Throw some dirt on that girl. You throw some dirt on that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they're going about your business. But, man, I appreciate you saying that. Ain't nothing. I know we all been through a lot of reading and things and how, but God still, He can heal our life, man. And He still got in control of everything that we do, and we just got to depend on Him, man. Trust Him, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. My Uncle Terry is like my brother. He and my Uncle Dan, they were like brothers to me. He's my uncle, but Eddie and everything, Gripping out, my other cousin, we stayed with Grandma. They taught us how to ride bikes, taught us how to shoot BB guns, and just do some of everything. Uncle Terry showed me how to ride a bike one time. Now he forgot. He had showed me also how to throw a rock. So I was up at the house, as we called it the house, standing on the porch, so he wanted to take my bicycle. He said, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bicycle, but I'll tell you what, I said, don't mess with my bike. Well, here, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you this rock. When I get down at the end of that other road right there, everybody know where the pavement is. He said, I want you to throw it. Now, when I said throw it, you throw it. That was the best throw I ever had. I stood up there, Uncle Terry, took off on my bike. Throw it. Man, when I threw it, it hit him dead in the middle of the game. I don't know what names I'm calling because he wasn't saved at the time, but I knew I had to get my bicycle out of the little creek that was down once he got through.
I know Brother Terry before I know Indy McCarter. And the reason I said that, I'm going to bring it all the way back around. Brother Terry was a good friend of mine. A very special friend of mine. Now, I looked at that program, and they said, Brother Terry's 65. I thought, when I was 16 knowing you, you were 28. That's what I was saying. And I was saying, now Tim messed that up. Huh? No, but anyway, I'm gonna bring that back around. Terry was a good friend of mine. And I know him at middle school. Man, I was in the 6th grade. Brother Terry in the 8th, I think. Man, I was a bad little joker, but we were good friends. And me and Terry At the time, you know, they had classes going together, back and forth, Miss Roach and all of them. And we would go back. And I told we got the promoted. I said, Brother Terry, you going on to the 9th grade. You don't leave me, man. I went to the 7th. I said, Terry, don't worry about the group out. I'll be there for you. I said, man, you're going to be graduating before I get there. Okay, I passed, went to the 8th grade. I didn't hear that what Brother Terry was. I didn't hear that about Brother Terry no more. I said, he moved on to the 10th. I didn't move it on. I didn't hear nothing about him. You know? Okay, you passed on. You know, he was a good singer. He did everything right. I said, man, old Terry just let me down. That's why I said. I did my work. I was happy to go to the high school. Went to the 9th grade. You know, at the high school, they had the name and everybody there. Yeah, I said, man, I ain't seen Brother Terry. I said, he probably in the level. If he ain't gave it up, you know, he probably never, you know. Man, I went to class. And that's how when I heard somebody just drew back. I looked around. I said, Terry, you would have been in 11th grade. See the proof I did not tell you I wait on you. Yeah, he did. That was my friend, man. Terry was my friend. He was a great man.
I see all my friends. Deacon Al, old Byron. Hey, thanks for not returning my call. Yeah, you Byron. Lady, Sister Pastor Brown, and Pastor Burns and Elder Burns. You know what? The McCarter family is my family too. That's right. Deacon Al, Sister Laura, all my good friends. You know, I go way back with the McCarter family. Way back. Way on back when we was teenagers. Don was my real good tight friend. Because me and Don were about the same age together. And Pastor Robert, he's a little older than me, but ever since we both started preaching, we became good friends. And so now they leave me Dr. Terry. And I've been going through the family, D, from Donna to Robert, now to Terry.
There's two things that my dad has always taught me. One is to believe in myself. And the second one was to always keep love in my heart. But I was thinking about my wife. She tell me all the time when she talking nice to me, she said, "Boy, you so confident. You just a confident man." And I said, "Yeah, talk to me." Talk to me. And then she talked to me. And then when she get mad at me, she said, "You just like your dad. Y'all so arrogant." So I want Calvin to know everything she said about you. It ain't good. Thinking back how over the years, anytime I go to my dad and I tell him something, he always supports me. And you know, my mom, my biological mother is here today. And I thank God for her. Sweet father. I love her so much. But anytime I would go to my dad, it don't matter what it was, he would always tell me that I was the best. And when I was small, I didn't really know that he was grooming me to be who I am today. And so he would tell me, I remember being 5 or 6 years old, and he would tell me, son, you a leader. He would say, Pig, let me tell you something. Son, you the best leader I ever seen. And I believed it. I believed what he told me. Sometimes I would go to school and I would tell the other kids, y'all follow me because I'm your leader. And somebody would say, man, you ain't no leader. But I remember as I was getting older, I went to my dad and I told him, I said, Dad, I want to play basketball. I said, I think I can be pretty good. He said, Pig, let me tell you something. He said, son, if you pick up that ball, you're going to be the baddest thing out there. I believed it. I believe what he told me. So I played AAU ball. I just seen my best childhood friend walk in. And I didn't know that the coaches was calling me special at 12 years old. I didn't know. I thought I was just playing ball. And I got in middle school, and I started playing 7th, 8th grade. And the high school coaches was already watching me in middle school. And it's because I believe what he told me. So then I get a little older and start getting into the music and watching my family. I said, man, everybody can sing and play and preach. And I told my dad, I said, I want to play the bass guitar. Now he went and bought a guitar. I was watching Carrie and all my cousins playing. I said, man, I want to play the bass guitar. He went and bought me a guitar, but the guitar had 2 strings on it. So when he gave it to me, I said, this don't look like the one Carrie. I said, the one Carrie got 4 strings. But he sat me down, he said, Pig, let me tell you something. If you pick up this bass and you don't put it down, you're going to be the baddest thing I ever heard. Now, I'm not the best, I'm not. But I am working on my 3rd bass album. And it's good, y'all. It's good. And it's because I believe what he told me. A little while after that, I said, Dad, I want to sing. I said, man, you listen. You done been to New York. I seen you on TV. You done been to Chicago, Detroit. You all over the country. I said, I want to sing. I want to sing. He said, Pig, let me tell you something. He said, Pig, if you pick up that microphone, Jacob gonna be the best singer. But he said, now Jacob is special. But you gonna be the best number 2 I ever seen. We wrote on albums that won Grammys. And it's because we believe what our daddy told us. We believe. You know, as I got a little older, in my early 20s, by this time, singing, and I said, Pop, I need to work on a career. I said, I need something. In case this music thing don't work, I need something I need to lean on. I said, man, I want to be a federal police officer. He said, I don't really want you to fool with that, but I tell you what, Pig, if you pick up that badge, you gonna be the best officer I I ever see. He always told me I was the best. So I work hard, and work my way up, and they offer me a sergeant position, then I get offered lieutenant. And then next thing I know, I'm in my uniform and I'm standing in a room. And this is around COVID. And I realized standing right across from me is the President of the United States. You got Dr. Fauci, all these people, all these national leaders, people running this country. And I stand there for a minute and I said, man, how in the world did I get in this room? How did I come from Coneville? And I'm standing next to the president. And they give me a proclamation directly from the president. And he's thanking me for the work that I did at the CDC in Atlanta during COVID. And I said, no, it's not no goodness of my own. I'm not the smartest one in this room, I'm not. But God said, you believed everything that your daddy told you. So when I think about my life, everything significant that has happened, it all leads back to my dad.
Yeah. Because while he was telling him, Pig, you gonna be the best thing, he was telling me, Jacob, you ain't about fooling. So the stories are a little bit different. They're a little black and white here. Me and Pops, probably in the last maybe 10 years, maybe the last 10 years, but really like the last 5, we got really, really close. Like really, really close. Like this is my man, like it's my main man. Like love him to death. For a while there, I didn't think my daddy liked me for. I didn't think he too much. I didn't think he cared about me a little bit, you know. I think Pastor Boys and Sir Greg and them had put some thoughts in his head. I don't think he thought I was his for a while now. I was a little light skinned with freckles. I didn't look like bro. You feel me? It was a little different. I think, he was a little standoffish now. That's a little light skinned fella right there. That fella got freckles. What he doing with freckles now? That fella, they don't act like me. So I think he was like, I don't know about that one. His nose don't look like mine. He ain't got that McCarter nose. That ain't my son, that ain't mine, that ain't mine. That ain't none of mine, that ain't none of mine. So I was always with Mama. I said, Pop, he don't really fool with me like that. TJ, his golden child. He the golden one. He do everything right. I'm gonna tell the truth, nothing but the truth. I'm telling you. Told Dad, I said, you know what, man? I think I want to grow my hair. He said, why you got to grow your hair? Why you can't have waves like your brother? See, I don't want to be like TJ. I don't want to be him. Our head is shaped different. I know he look like Hammercheck now. I look like Gary. He look like Hammercheck now. He look like Bishop now. I don't look like Poop now, from Detroit. I don't look like Poop now. I look like Gary Hose in them. I'm just saying. It wasn't until, my dad used to take me and my brother when my dad and my auntie, my Aunt Rita, they used to, sing, my dad, Aunt Rita, Evangelist Ann, and all of them, they used to sing or whatever in their group. So my dad used to take me and my brother to Calera with him to go to rehearsal. So every time we would go down there, Aunt Rita had a little keyboard sitting in the corner. And every time I would see that little keyboard, I would run over to the keyboard and I'm just tapping and doing what I do. Couldn't play then, but I just liked the way it looked and liked the way it sounded, So my Aunt Rita was the changing factor, you feel me? Like she told Buddy, because that's what she called him, said, Buddy, now you think TJ gonna be the one, but that's gonna be the one that's gonna be like you. He gonna be the one with the music. That's gonna be the one right there. And he said, you called my Aunt Rita, he called her Yee. He said, Yee, you talking about Jacob? No, Jacob he ain't gonna be about that. He ain't gonna be buffing that. He ain't gonna be about that. She said, I'm telling you, buddy, he gonna be the one. And so he bought me keyboards and me and my brother used to set up microphones. I know my mama got sick of us because we used to have microphones hanging in the closet with our little karaoke machine, trying to record ourselves, Bro said he said we got a studio. We was in our room in the closet with a karaoke machine. To dub ourselves, we would switch the tapes back and forth, to double our voices and stuff like that. And I said, man, but we end up getting Anthony Thomas, which is one of my best friends, one of my best friends. Miss him to death. Anthony Thomas came over to the house one day and told my dad, he said, man, I want to take these fellas up the road with me, man. And we went up the road with him. And so we met my other brother. I called him my brother because he liked my brother, Tony Kenyon. We met Tony and we met Calvin, guys that we later did music with. We met them and Tony taught me and TJ about these musical softwares and we kind of just grew from them. And TJ told my dad that he wanted him to build a studio and Dad, of course he gonna listen to TJ. Now if I would have said, Dad, I want a studio, he probably wouldn't have did it. I would have said, Jacob, you don't. But TJ said, Dad, we want a studio. So he got out there and he started building. Built them a studio. And so, lo and behold, I always say this, and I'm probably shortchanging myself, but I say this a lot. I always say, God gave people different things. He always gives people different things. My dad is good. My dad can sing. He can play the drums. He's really good with his hands. He can build stuff. He can do electricity. My brother played basketball. He just multiple things. I said when God was creating me, I said it just seemed like He said, you know what? I'm gonna give you one thing only, and that's gonna be music. I'm gonna just put music in you, and that's all you're gonna be good at. You're just gonna be good. You're gonna be great at music. And that's just because I'm not really, I can do certain things, but I am and I'm not boasting in myself. I just know what God gave me. I'm just really good at music. When it comes to writing songs, playing the keys, in the studio, I didn't have to go to school for none of that stuff. And I just know it. So God just gave me music. And I used to talk about, TJ said we don't talk about it a lot. I do. See, we're a little different, we're a little different. He don't talk about it a lot because it's R&B. I'm proud of it because I feel like God gave it to me. I feel everything is from God. Everything is from God. Whether it's R&B, whether it's gospel, I feel like it's from God. Because in my R&B music, I'm not talking about nothing crazy. I'm talking about love, and God is love. And so all of it is good. So I talk about it a lot. And so it was this production team that I used to look on. I used to be on YouTube and looking at, just going back and forth looking at them. They were called the Underdogs. I love this production team. And one of my favorite singers was with this team, Eric Dawkins. And R&B singer Tank, and just a whole bunch of other great musicians, Damon Thomas, Harvey Mason Jr. And so I will be looking at them online, and I would kind of emulate my sound from them. And Dad would hear my stuff, and he would be like, "Man, Jacob, man, he just act." Him and Bishop Kenny, well, they so dramatic. Him and Bishop Kenny are real dramatic. I would play him something, and he would, "Jacob, how you come up with that right there?" And it would make me feel good, you know. It just make me feel like, man, I can do anything with this music stuff. And so I kept on making music, and I would always say, I'm gonna work with this team, this production team that I was talking about. I would say, man, I'm gonna work with this team. I love this team. And so Dad and my brother, they would say, "But Jacob, how you gonna work with them? How you gonna do it?" You know, I said, "I don't know. I'm gonna work with them." They said, "Well, you gotta do something about it. If you're gonna work with them, you gotta do something about it." And so I said, "Well, all right." So I ended up sending an email to Harvey Mason Jr., who was the head guy with the Underdogs. I sent him an email, and he responded like the same day, which I thought it was fake. I was like, ain't no way this man responded this fast. So the first thing I do, I called TJ. I said, "Man, this man responded to my email." And he said, "Well, did you email him back?" I said, "No, I didn't." He said, "Well, email him back." So I emailed him back. He said, "Well, what?" He was asking me a bunch of questions, like, "What do you record? Who records you? Who's singing? Who wrote the song? And like, let me see your building that you recorded in." And he was asking a whole bunch of stuff. And everything kind of led back to us, me, my dad, my brother. He said, "What building you recording?" And I said, "Well, it's a little small building, and they make fun of us because we call it Coonville." And so they was like, "Coonville." You know, they from LA, we in the country, you know, we from the South, so we say stuff like that, but they in LA, they like, "Coonville, y'all calling yourself coons down?" But I'm like, "No, it's Coonville," you know, and they like, "Well, what's Coonville?" I'm like, "Man, nothing but a bunch of family, man. Our whole family sing and do music, man. We get it from our dad." And so I'm showing them pictures and showing them. So they fly us out there and we do this whole thing. And lo and behold, like my brother was saying, I did music with some of the biggest names in music, background. So I did background vocals for Chris Brown and Tank and all these big artists and stuff like that. But it was all because, like my brother was saying, the confidence that my dad instilled in us. My dad used to tell me, my dad used to tell me all the time, he said, "Jacob, I don't care, I'll put you up against anybody. I don't care who it is. It don't matter who, I'll put you up against any of them." And I said, "Well, you know, I appreciate it." How you think he's just saying that, you know? That's just my dad, he just saying that. You know? But when I got to LA, you know, they thought the same, because I'm out there with these big name people. And I would call back home and tell my dad, you know, blase, "Man, they saying this and they saying that, they saying this and they saying that." He'll be like, "Jacob, I've been told you that. I've been told you that you was the best at what you do, you know. Y'all just good at what you do." So I really appreciate him for just instilling in us that greatness, you know.
I don't know about these two, but I know my dad thinks the world of me. Because he tell me all the time, "Baby, you is my sweetie." Thanks, Dad, I know. But for real, our stories are different as well, because I got the world. I don't know about y'all. Now, the jail situation, he came and got Jeremy. He ain't come get me. He let me sit up in there. Cause I'm like, "Daddy, come get me." I'm on it now, y'all know he saved. I'm on the phone. Daddy said, "Come. You ain't gonna be doing this cussing on this phone." I said, "Click." Then went to jail and was like, "Where's my dad? Is somebody blowing me out?" But I thank God for my dad. Y'all know I'm so tender-hearted when it comes to my father. And I ain't gonna cry, but I'm gonna cry. told him yesterday, I was like, Daddy, you just so nice. You're so humble. At this point, are you Jesus? Are you him? Are you the Messiah? Because there's no way you're this nice. Because, I mean, he's just so humble. His heart is made of pure gold. Like, I've never met a man like my daddy. And I probably won't never meet a man like my daddy. That's why I'm going through the divorce now, because I ain't meet no man like my daddy. But it's alright. But I love your shoes, man. I love the ground you walk on. Y'all know how I am about my dad. Like, you know, maybe say, oh, you love your mom, you look so much like mother. But my father, my daddy, my papa daddy, I think the world of my daddy. And when my daddy hurt, I hurt. When he feel good, I feel good. And y'all think y'all talking today. Me and daddy talk multiple times a day. So, but I just thank you. I love you so much. And if this world was mine, I'd give it to you. Because you truly deserve it. I love you so much. And I'm gonna get off this mic because I ain't gonna cry. But I love you, Father.
Y'all got me today. Y'all really got me today. You know, when you feel love, this is it right here. When you look around and see how many people that would show up on your birthday, that ain't nothing but love. And I'm just like the 5 heartbeats. I ain't got nothing but love. But I appreciate everybody. And you know what? When y'all got big money, Tom, now that's my boy right there. I can call him for anything. He always there. You know, and I appreciate everybody. Appreciate my sister. Sister boys, I think about sis all the time. And I thank God for y'all. I really thank God for you. I asked TJ about Erica Sue last week. I said, I need to see Erica Sue. I appreciate y'all. Love me. Y'all just been an inspiration to me. Brother Eddie, I'm telling you, y'all been dear friends to me. My girl from Atlanta right here. Me and her talk. I'm telling you, baby, we don't mix. When it comes down to it, I'm talking about like the holidays, we don't mix. I said, my girl always reach out to me, and I'm going to reach back out. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. I'm telling you, I appreciate everybody. And, you know, it just, y'all, well, when I walked off in here, and I'm thinking that we're going to a restaurant, I'm putting on my best shoes. Putting my best shoes on, thinking that I was going to a restaurant, and I tell you, but I thank God. I thank God for y'all. I really do. I thank God for you. Thank God for everybody who showed up. My boy back there, Lord Doc Cat. Yes, that's my boy. I tell you, it's just a blessing. Byron, I'm talking about nephew Ace, I'm telling you, nephew Lorenzo, I'm telling you, I appreciate all of y'all. My pastor, I appreciate you and your wife. I appreciate y'all. I can't thank you enough. My nieces, nephews, aunts and uncles, cousins. Girl, I tell you, I appreciate all of y'all. I can't thank you enough. Even my ex showed up today. You know what, it had to be a special occasion when my ex showed up. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Dan. Danny, I tell you, boy, you sharp today, boy. Boy, I want to be just like you when I grow up, but I appreciate y'all. You know, I just thank God that I know my wife would be happy. Because anything you did for me, you did for her. Yes, sir. And baby, she would be happy today that everybody showed up to show me how much y'all love me. My niece, Poopy. My niece, Lady. You know what, if I get to calling all y'all, we'll be here all night. But I appreciate all of you. Eddie, his wife, I appreciate you. Lucinda, me, I'm talking about now, that's one gonna call and check on you. If don't nobody call, when I look at the phone, I said, now I guarantee you it's Lucinda, without even looking at it. Because my girl gonna check on me. My girl gonna check on me. My daughter cook. They don't miss. They don't miss, and I appreciate it. See, ain't nothing like somebody showing you love. And I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate you. If I had an arm long enough, baby, I would hug all y'all. My sister-in-law, Annie, I appreciate all y'all. I thank God for you. And I tell you, my accountant, when she calculates the books, baby, you know she gonna get something done. I said, that's the talkingest accountant I ever seen. But that's my daughter-in-law, but baby, when it comes down to business, she take care of it. When she get on the phone and when I look at my watch, I said, I'm gonna be here for a while. Oh, buddy, when she get to talking, when she handle my business, and I appreciate it. I'm telling you, she don't leave nothing unturned, and I appreciate her. And her mom, I appreciate you. Yeah. Everybody, I thank y'all for everything. So now y'all can get ready to go and eat. We gonna share some grace, and we gonna do what we got to do. I want my nephew to come up and say grace, and then we gonna go back there and eat. Nephew Al.
I would like to thank the Lord for this food that we got. So everybody just stand.